I am the founder, executive chef of Leaf Organics here in Culver City. We make all kinds of wonderful organic, vegan, and raw foods in our restaurant, and also a packaged food line that we sell to natural food retailers like Whole Foods, Santa Monica Co-op, Mother's Markets, all over. And so what we try and do is we try and make it easy for people to eat healthy food. That's our mission. So, that means making it, first of all, delicious, hopefully relatively affordable. We definitely do that. And making it convenient. So you come in, it's a friendly atmosphere, you get your food quick, and you enjoy a delicious, healthy meal. I think it started just with an interest in food in general. I grew up in an Italian-American family, and in Italian-American families, everything's about food. In my family, it's like, you get together and everyone's making food, and it's great, wonderful chaos in the kitchen. There's this whole hospitality thing. That's what gets people together. It's around food. So, for me, it's natural. I mean, hospitality for me is it's in my blood. I can't help it. If people come over, I can't help it. What do you want? I just can't help it. So, I had a business background, really economics. I studied economics. I worked for many years doing third world development work in North Africa and Middle East. And when I came back to the States, I decided to put together my culinary background and my business economics background and do the raw food thing. When I first started Leaf, that was back in 2004, and at that point there was only one other raw food restaurant, which I was the general manager of and opened, and that was like very expensive in Shishi. So this was like, when I opened up, it was, we came in with $8 wraps, and everything else at that time was like $20, $25, and it was. So we brought everything, I think a lot of the prices down significantly, and so it's made it a little bit more. My thing has been to try to make it more populist, not so much exclusive kind of a thing, which is not my style. I like to make it inclusive as possible. And things have changed dramatically in the last 8 years. I mean, now there's quite a few raw and a lot of vegan restaurants around. And it's more than that, just that, but back in 2004, hardly anyone knew what raw foods was about. It was starting to catch on, but it was still quite a niche market. Nowadays, almost everyone has heard about raw foods. Almost everyone has an idea that maybe it would be good for them to try raw foods for a while. What raw foods is simply real food from nature that's unadulterated, has not been processed, hasn't been screwed up by man, okay? We are animals. Everyone watching this is an animal. We're human animals, all right? But we're still animals. Every other animal eats their food raw in its natural state. We have gone so far from nature. We irradiate it. We fill it full of herbicides and pesticides and fungicides, what I call slow suicide. We broil it. We fry it. We freeze dry it. We throw it in a microwave and nuke it, and then eat it and expect to be healthy. I mean, really, hello, wake up and smell the wheatgrass, you know what I mean? I have one guy who's getting close to 70 now. There's very few people who were so tough on their body. I mean, he was really tough on his body. He did all, he was a major drug addict, and then he came in, he was off the drugs, but he came into the restaurant soon after I opened. I think it was like 6 or 7 years ago. No, even longer, a little more, 7 years ago. And I was doing a lecture. He saw the lecture. He got into raw foods, and he became 100% raw foodist. He's way more raw than I am now. He's like super raw. Every time I see him, he looks younger. No, really, because all those years and years of abuse, and now he's started to actually give real nutrition to his body, and his body is responding, and it's getting rid of all that crap. And it's replacing it with good stuff. And it's amazing. He's getting stronger, he's looking younger. It's shocking. It's almost shocking, really. It's not just health, it's mental health also. And especially when you get off of a lot of the stimulating foods like the caffeines and sugar and so forth. that makes a huge difference. You get to start controlling your own moods, and when you're really kind of eating positively, getting a lot of great raw foods and vegan foods in your diet, then your mood gets better. Mine gets much better. If I go off the wagon, I start eating some lousy foods, it affects my mood right away. It's very clear and obvious. And I really do think that for a lot of people, no matter what kind of difficulties that they're suffering, whether it be emotional or food addictions or chemical addictions, when you start to control what you put in your mouth, you start to be able to control just about everything. It's not easy doing it the way we do it, frankly. We don't have as long a shelf life. So things, if they don't sell right away, they spoil and we have to take them back. So it's a really hard battle, to be honest with you, to try to make all this work. But we're doing all right.
What makes it worth it?
Pay off big time. Well, every day people come up to me and say, "Thank you so much for doing what you do," because I know lots of people who, because they are able to eat our food, our box programs, our food in the restaurant or in the markets, they come to my classes. I teach a lot of classes also. They're able to make really significant positive changes in their lives. So that feels pretty good.